Hey builders, welcome to another advanced build. Today we're doing the burial chamber. I couldn't decide initially what shape I wanted here, so I'm messing around with the shape a little bit, but once again I blacked out the tiles, and right here I'm counting how many tiles across it is. I had a hard time deciding on what I wanted the shape to be of this initially. So I kind of started with this size, and then started with the walkway once again. I just wasn't happy with the shape. Initially, I'm just kind of like, I was kind of going back and forth. Like the pathway initially was too chunky for what I wanted it to do, and I just have this thing with this map. I just don't want I don't want them to touch the walls. Finally, I was happy with this size, and then I started these little alcoves off to the main side, and then here I kind of stretched out the main pathway and kind of made these I think it's like 2x5 or 3x5 little alcoves, okay, off to the side of the main path where the actual like graves are. Once I was happy with this kind of size, I made my little key block there at the end, and then I raised it up to, I scaled it at first, but then I raised it up, and then once again I selected the tiles, okay, underneath the walkway itself, and I added the stalagmites. Stalagmite 2 specifically. Selecting them all, I scaled the spikes up to 1.5, just like I did with everything else. I grabbed the center 2 blocks of each one of the little graves, and I reduced the height to, I think, 800 to basically make a sort of recessed hole where the dead people go. And I did that to each one, and then you'll kind of see what I'll do with that here in a second. This process took the longest. It was kind of hard to make it uniform, and that was the process that took the longest in making this maps. And then here I selected all of the blocks and changed them to sort of that sandstone looking color. I wanted every grave to look the same because it all kind of tied in with the puzzle throughout this room. So it was very important that everything here was as uniform as possible. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think the actual like creating the graves was the longest. I think it was like getting the coffins that I put inside the graves to be able to do what I wanted them to do. Because when I copied the coffin, it would center the coffin on that particular block. So no matter what I did, I ended up having to use the shift buttons to make sure it all lined up. Again, it was really important that the whole map looked the same. And as you can see while I'm doing this here, I'm trying a different format with the advanced build videos. I'm doing a voiceover after that, so I'm talking to the video. Let me know if you guys like this style instead of the sort of live, we'll do it live kind of thing. So let me know if you guys like this, or whether you like the old format. I'm happy doing either. I just wanted to change things up and do it different. So with the coffins in place, I added the most important part to the advanced build, this advanced build, and that's these columns. So I made the first column, I scaled it up to 1.5 so it matched the size of the block, and then I turned it to the sandstone, I copied it, and then I just started, I mean, admittedly, I went a little crazy with the columns on this, but it turned out good. The players have been really into this map. They kind of been comparing it to a Zelda-style temple, so people have been really, really into it. And of course, the columns have been like a central theme throughout this entire build. You know, the columns being like covered in scripture of the god Ra from Pathfinder. And then here at the end, I kind of made these 3 gravestones. And then these 3 gravestones had basically the future burials of the chieftain and the high shaman of the village that they're going to be going to in the next couple sessions. And then again, that had less to do with the puzzle and more just like a flavor thing and lore thing. So yeah, and there we go. there is the burial chamber. It is complete. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please check out Dungeon 3D on Steam and check out all our social media linked in the description box below. And remember, everybody, keep building. Bye-bye now.